All right, this is Barracuda by Heart. We got this main A riff that's going to happen a lot of times. It's like a galloping type of rhythm. Okay, so we have this dun 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 dun. That's our part A. So that's a E power chord. It's like down, 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 down. The B part is going to continue that galloping rhythm, but it's going to end with a F sharp to G power chord. So it's okay. So your A part is just the chug, and it gets into the B part. B part ends with that. We got the bottom 3 strings, harmonics on the 12th fret, and then we go up to where the 24th fret would be. So it's like right above those screws above my pickup here. And you'll have some kind of whammy bar, vibrato and stuff, some kind of like, you'll kind of dive the whammy bar here and there. So we got. Wah, wah. Go down on the 12th fret, kind of descending little slide. Second time, kind of just hit the 4 bottom strings open, and then you wait a second, hit the 12s on the G and B strings, and kind of take your whammy bar down on that one. Third one is just those 12s there with a slide with that 12th fret. Fourth one, just like the 3 bottom opens, and then those couple of 12s again. Now we're into a verse. So the verse is going to go A part twice. So that's 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And a... So there's an extra beat there. So it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a... So 1 extra beat there to give 1 more kind of a chug on that. Now we got a C power chord here. And we're going to wait till the end of this and go. We got 2 hammer-ons, 7s on the D and G into 9s. So we had 2 more sets of A before we start the next verse line. So the whole thing running together would be 3, 4. Start again. 1. Now we're into the pre-chorus. We're going to go. So that was a 3 and 5 on the A and D to a 2 and 5 to an A note up here, 5th fret of the E string, and that kind of slides down on the E power chord. So it's. So this line is 7, 9, 10 to 9. 7, 5 to 3, so it's and then later on page 2 I have the harmony of that. So one line goes 7, 5, 3, and the one that goes with it in harmony is 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 2, 0. Okay, then we got D power chord, open 2, 3 down here, to A power chord. And then we're going to have the chorus is going to be just like the beginning part. And then we have a harmonic solo. So this is going to go. So we got little 12, 1st string to 3rd. 2nd to 4th, 3rd to 5th, and then you come back to the 2 middle strings, D and G on the 12s there, so it's. And you got a 5 on the 2nd string to a 5 on the 3rd string. Then we're into another verse. I'm going to kind of skip over that. Now this verse has a Trill. So that's open and 2 on the D string. And then we're back into the pre-chorus. Okay, now we're gonna have a chorus 2 is gonna go. So at the end of that we have a G into A power chord, 3-5-5, up 2 frets, and then jump down, D into E power chord, 5-7-7, up 2. So we got. So we do that twice, and then we get into this holding a C to an A, and then we're back to that. Back to C, A. Now there's going to be another riff that goes with that we'll talk about towards the end, that's on page 3 of the tabs. So then we get into a thing that's going to have. So dun 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 dun. F sharp power chord, G power chord, A power chord. Do that twice. So 2, 3, and. So we could use the 2 and 4 here, kind of with that low power chord for our E, and then you'll use that same shape, starting on the 4th to the 5th to the 7th. So 4, 6, 5, 7, 7, 9. Okay, so we're going to do that a couple times, and then we have a lead starting. Okay, so we have a little bend on this 15th fret of the 2nd string. And then you're going to bend it down, pull off to the 12. A little half bend on that 14 on the small string. And then hit that one more time, and then we go. So these are, first 2 are staccato notes. Bump, bump, B. 14, 15, 17 on each of those strings. So we got. And then with 14, 15, 16 on the G string. We have the 12s, 14s, 12s a couple more times. And then there's like a quick thing from 4 to like 12 right here. Then we have a little 14 on the 2nd string, half stepper up and down. Pull off to the 12, 14 on the D. So it's like. And then there's a little thing. This is kind of a weird one to hear, but it's like little 15, and then 17, 15, pull that off on the 2nd string. Back to the chord of the 17, 15. Couple of pull-offs. Little 14 on the G. Those 2 12s, G and B. And you got a pick scrape coming up in there too. So then we're back to a pre-chorus. D. And you can get a harmonic on the 3rd fret of that A string there, kind of by just in the middle of the fret, and they kind of have the whammy bar pop in on that one. So then we're going to be back to the main part. And then it kind of has a riff. Kind of goes 3, 5. It's kind of hard to hear. It's not really important, I don't think. But that's kind of a riff there. And then it starts an interlude, which is 12, 15, 12 on the bottom 3. This interlude here has a second part that does a harmonic solo again. So we got. So 7th fret G string, and then 12, 12 on G to B, back to 7 on the G, and then just the 12 on the B, and then 7 on the D. So that's like ding, boom, bing, boom, and that's gonna be 7 on the A to 12 on the G and back. So it's D string, and then And then that's going to go again. D, 7, 12, 7. And then we have 5 on the G to 5 on the D. And then 12 to 12 in those bottom two. And then we start this thing. 15 and 12, 14 and 12, and then flip it so it's 13 and 15. And then either 12s or the harmonic on the 12s. We'll do that again. And while that's going, there's another one going like. So one's hitting on the downbeat and one's hitting like after that. Ding, chick-ang. So one hit goes bang and then you hear chick-ang coming in after that on each one. So then we have this is the part that just did C to A. Oh, we got to do one more A part here. We got. And that's going to be the outro. That goes with this lower riff. It's pretty cool. It's a measure of 4 and a measure of 3. And they keep going back and forth. Measure of 4, measure of 3. So 5 times of that and you're out. Now there is a fill on this chorus 2 where we just held C and A. And it goes like this. Okay, so 0, 5, 7, 5, 5, 7, 5. That's the first part. And then 5, 7, 5, 7, and then 5, 5, 7 with a slide. So. And this is O2, like an A power chord. And then the other two. And then the last 4 notes are O2, 2, 4 on the A. So it's. Now this last measure, this part goes 2, 4 to the 2 on the G, and then 3, 3, 3, and then pull off. So. And that's how it ends there. Okay, Barracuda by heart. Hope you all dug that. I also have videos on Crazy on You and Magic Man. So hope you all dig that. Got some 3 pages of tabs here for you. We'll talk to y'all soon.